Hi there, friends and future self. I hope you're doing great. Let's dive into last year's exploring. After spending 2 months of adventures and uncertainty in Jamaica, I hopped on another island in the Caribbean Sea, to St. Croix. This would be the place for me to recharge and find calm. This would be the paradise for me, where I could relax and connect with nature, discover the underwater world and make new friends. I was going to learn about Caribbean history and life, understand parts of the aftermath of the slavery, learn about hurricanes and leatherback turtles, learn how to build and fix stuff, eat mangoes like a pro and learn how to dive. To sum it up, I spent 3 months on this endless summer island. Like a child on summer break, I got to be part of creative projects, learn new things and go on adventures with my friends. Alright, let's dig in. What is this place and what did I do here? St. Croix is the largest of 3 very small US Virgin Islands in the Caribbean Sea. Through the history, St. Croix has been ruled by 7 nations, hence it being a very diverse little island with its 40,000 inhabitants. I arrived to my new workaway place in the beginning of June, and I was gonna spend 3 months here helping out restoring an old sugar plantation from the mid-1700s. Not only was this a restoration project, but it was also a small eco-hotel. During my time here, we were between 7 and 13 volunteers, so I always had friends around me. We lived in this wonderful 70s futuristic building that was built around this old sugar mill. I always thought it looked like a rocket could shoot up from the mill at any moment. I had different roommates during my stay here, and every single one of them were amazing and beautiful, and the more I got to know them, the more my heart grew. Let me tell you about what my months and days here looked like. Every morning, Monday through Friday, I woke up around 6. I had breakfast overlooking the ocean, wide-angle style. At 7, we all met at what we called the baobab house. It was a house next to a 250-year-old baobab tree. If there wasn't anything magical about that tree, I don't know my name. Someone told me that when the slaves were brought here to the island from Africa, some of them had seeds from the baobab tree braided into their hair, and they planted something that could remind them from home. And under that tree, we met every morning, a group of beings from all over the world, to hear updates and what tasks we would get that day. It could be anything from cutting grass to watering trees, cleaning hotel rooms, cleaning the pool, cleaning the cistern, painting, or cooking lunch. The tasks or cards dealt to me that I can remember most prominently was cleaning and repairing a cistern and painting and chiseling off grout from a stone wall. I did not even know what a cistern was until I climbed down that dark hole where I spent weeks working. It was incredibly hot and incredibly humid and very dirty, but something funny happened to me down there in the darkness. I started to really enjoy the feeling of working hard. Feeling physically exhausted after 5 hours was a fantastic feeling. I felt strong while shipping off bucket after bucket of water out from that hole or patching the ceilings for 5 hours straight with my arms above my head. I felt confident that I could do hard work. Other projects I worked on was painting exterior walls, the roof of a huge container and a diesel tank, and that's when I felt the true ferocity of the Caribbean sun. And the last project that I spent most of my time on was restoring a big old stone wall. We got to chisel away grout between stones. We chiseled and we chiseled and we chiseled. And when that was done, we then put in new grout, which was pretty satisfying. So sure, it was hard work, but it was really nice to work those 5 hours in the morning and then be done at noon, when lunch was being served by another volunteer, whose task it was to make lunch for us all. All food that we ate was vegan, and boy was it great. In the afternoons, we were free to do whatever we wanted. I felt so free just roaming around. After lunch, we usually walked down to the water and went snorkeling. It was amazing to have the ocean on such availability. It was always there for us to explore. The first time I went into the water snorkeling, my mind stopped and I started thinking in a different way. I remember hoping that this was gonna happen every time I went snorkeling. It was such a gift to have the water available to us at all time, available for us to explore different kinds of fish, different kinds of coral, different kinds of hiding places and homes for the sea creatures. Being able to notice when the fish changed color and how they and I moved in the currents of the water. And if we didn't go snorkeling, we biked into town to have ice cream or go to events in the evening or have painting sessions around the house or spend time at the pool playing around, being silly and free. I will treasure those good pool moments, especially those at night, floating around watching the stars or stifled bursts of laughter in the dark. Even though the island was small, there was plenty of events for us to go to. We went to historical events where we got to make masks and see how the Caribbeans cooked and baked. We went to a mango festival, and twice a week we had the opportunity to tag along to an ultimate frisbee practice, which was really fun to try. Sometimes we went on little hikes to the lighthouse that wasn't too far away. There we could have a full panoramic view of the Caribbean Sea. And one time, all of us went to the northern side of the island and hiked to the tide pools, and that was fantastically magical. It was wonderful to see everyone enjoy being pushed around by the currents when the waves came through the opening of the vicious-looking rocks. This place seemed to attract good people. People who were creative and inspired to come up with new ideas and activities. I will never forget the singing and dancing in the kitchen. Or when the power went out during a small storm and we all huddled together to watch Stranger Things. Or sitting in the bed of the pickup truck at night, driving under the red streetlights. Or going night snorkeling, looking for octopuses and squids, not fearing sharks in the dark. I felt brave and free. Until next time.